Species Almanac is a fascinating compendium that catalogs 82 different alien races believed to have interacted with Earth and humanity. These beings hail from various star systems and constellations, including Alpha Centauri, Rigel, Taurus, and Zeta Reticuli. The Almanac offers detailed descriptions of each race's appearance, belief systems, technology, unique abilities, and the dimensions they inhabit. Among the notable races mentioned are the Agarthans, who are said to reside within the Hollow Earth, and the Anunnaki, credited with genetically modifying early humans. The benevolent Pleiadians also feature prominently in the book. On the other hand, reptilian races like the Draconians are described as battling for control over our planet. Interestingly, the Almanac also delves into the existence of hybrid races, such as the Sasani, who claim to be a future version of humanity that is interbred with the Greys, another well-known alien species. While the information presented in the book is not put forth as definitive fact, it offers an intriguing and entertaining look at the wide array of extraterrestrial beings that may be interacting with our world beyond what is typically discussed in mainstream ufology. In 1972, artist Bill Stoneham created a painting titled "The Hands Resist Him," which depicts a young boy and a female doll standing in front of a glass-paneled door with many hands pressed against it. The boy is based on a photograph of Stoneham himself at age 5. According to the artist, the doorway represents the dividing line between the waking world and the realm of fantasy and impossibilities. The doll serves as a guide to escort the boy through this threshold, while the hands symbolize alternate lives or possibilities. The painting gained notoriety in February 2000 when it was posted for sale on eBay, accompanied by a description suggesting that it was haunted. The sellers, an elderly Californian couple who had found the painting at an old brewery, made various claims about the painting's supposedly cursed nature. They alleged that the characters in the painting moved during the night and would sometimes leave the canvas and enter the room where it was displayed. The listing even included photographs that were said to show the doll character threatening the boy with what appeared to be a gun. News of the unusual listing quickly spread across the internet, with the auction page receiving over 30,000 views. Some people claimed that merely viewing the photos of the painting made them feel ill or have unpleasant experiences. After starting at $200, the painting eventually sold for just over $1,000 to Perception Gallery in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The gallery contacted Stoneham, who was surprised by the stories and interpretations surrounding his work. Interestingly, Stoneham mentioned that both the owner of the gallery where the painting was first displayed and the art critic who reviewed it died within a year of coming into contact with the piece. Since the eBay incident, Stoneham has been commissioned to create several sequels and a prequel to The Hands Resist Him, further expanding upon the mysterious narrative surrounding the original painting. These works, along with the final painting in the series, What Remains, created in 2021, can be viewed on the artist's website. In 1894, Swami Sri Yukteswar Giri wrote a book called The Holy Science, under the title Kaivalya Darsanam. He states that he wrote the book at the request of Mahavatar Babaji, a revered spiritual figure in India. The purpose of the book is to demonstrate the essential unity of all religions, and show that there is no difference in the truths taught by various faiths. Sri Yukteswar compares Sanskrit verses from the Upanishads to passages from the Bible, particularly the Book of Revelation, to illustrate this unity. The book is divided into 4 sections that correspond to the 4 stages of knowledge development: the gospel, the goal, the procedure, and the revelation. Each section explores different aspects of spiritual growth and realization. One of the most interesting parts of the book is Sri Yukteswar's explanation of the Yuga cycle, which differs from the traditional Hindu understanding. He proposes that the Earth is currently in the Dwapara Yuga, not the Kali Yuga as most Indian scholars believe. According to Sri Yukteswar, this cycle is caused by the sun's revolution around a grand center called Vishnu Nabi, which is the seat of the creative power Brahma. When the sun is nearest to this center, which happens when the autumnal equinox aligns with the first point of Aries, mental virtues are heightened and people can easily comprehend spiritual mysteries. Based on this theory, Sri Yukteswar concludes that we are now in the beginning stages of Dwapara Yuga, which began around 1699 AD. He predicts that we will pass into Treta Yuga around the year 4099 AD. The holy science offers a unique perspective on the cyclical nature of time and the evolution of human consciousness. While it may not align with mainstream scientific views, it provides an intriguing spiritual framework for understanding the world and our place in it. In 1911, John Kilner explored the idea of a human atmosphere, or aura, suggesting it could reveal information about health and mood. He experimented with colored glass slides to help people see this energy field, believing it might be ultraviolet radiation. Kilner observed different layers of the aura extending from people's bodies, using devices he created with treated glass slides. However, these chemicals were toxic, and viewing through them for too long could cause eye discomfort. While Kilner's work gained popularity, it faced criticism for lacking scientific evidence. Some suggested his observations were merely optical illusions. Later, researchers proposed alternative explanations, viewing his work as more pseudoscience than fact. The Bible describes a miracle where God made the sun stand still for about a day so Joshua could win a battle. Some have claimed this explains a supposed missing day that NASA scientists allegedly discovered when running calculations of celestial positions back in time. The story goes that NASA's computers ground to a halt upon finding this missing day, proving the biblical account. However, this myth originated in the 1800s and was embellished over time, with the NASA connection fabricated in the 1960s. NASA has denied the incident occurred and stated the man who popularized the story in the 60s was never a NASA consultant as he claimed. Finding a missing day would require well-documented astronomical events on both sides of the missing time period, but no such records exist from Joshua's era, making the story impossible. Some Christian scholars have criticized spreading this tale, saying it does a disservice to the Bible to defend it with stories that lack factual foundation. John Ramirez, a former CIA officer who spent 25 years with the agency, has recently been speaking out about his experiences and insights related to unidentified aerial phenomena and the potential existence of non-human intelligence. He believes that exploring the connection between consciousness and UAPs could significantly shape our understanding of these phenomena and their implications for humanity. During his time at the CIA, Ramirez learned that the agency had separate divisions focusing on the aerospace and life sciences aspects of UAPs, including physiology and psychology. This suggests that the CIA has been interested in exploring consciousness and its relationship to these phenomena, as evidenced by programs like remote viewing, which involves projecting one's mind to a different location. Ramirez also discusses his beliefs regarding non-human forces and their influence on humanity throughout history. He suggests that ancient myths and legends may be documenting lost human history and instances of contact with non-human intelligence, which he equates to divine beings or divine intelligence. These beings, according to Ramirez, were here to help humanity, but conflicts among them may have led to differing agendas. Ramirez shares his personal experiences with UAPs and contact experiences, including a negative encounter with a being he describes as a reptilian. He also mentions a positive experience where he felt safe and protected by a green shroud with sparkles in his bedroom. Ramirez attempted to access his medical records from the CIA to corroborate his experiences, but was denied access. Regarding the topic of disclosure, Ramirez explains that during his time at the CIA, there was no motivation to disclose information about UAPs. He reveals that an officer named Edward Taus was responsible for a program to disinform the public about UAPs starting in 1952, which influenced the portrayal of aliens in movies at that time. Ramirez also discusses the topic of reptilians and their alleged involvement in society and governmental structures. He clarifies that he is not referring to actual lizards, but rather individuals with reptilian ancestry who may appear human. He suggests that various non-human races may have aided in humanity's evolution outside of natural evolution. While acknowledging that some people consider these ideas as conspiracy theories, Ramirez suggests paying attention to well-researched books who have written about topics like Antarctica and the history of early programs and their connection to German searches for Atlantis. Ramirez believes that there are shadow government and deep state entities pulling strings behind the scenes, and he claims that the government is aware of an impending event in 2027 that will reveal something significant. He also states that there is a presence on Earth, which he refers to as demonic, who are projecting their own belief systems to make us disbelieve what we believe in. The Rosicrucian Cosmo-Conception, also known as Mystic Christianity or Western Wisdom Teachings, is a text written by Max Heindel in 1909. It presents a comprehensive outline of the evolutionary process of man and the universe from a Rosicrucian perspective, correlating science with religion. The book is divided into 3 parts, covering topics such as the visible and invisible worlds, the scheme of evolution, Christ's mission, and methods for acquiring first-hand spiritual knowledge. According to the teachings, God limits himself to a portion of space at the beginning of a day of manifestation, in which he creates a solar system for the evolution of added self-consciousness. The text describes 7 worlds within the solar system, each with a different rate of vibration and density. The evolving virgin spirit becomes human and eventually a god through a process called involution and evolution, with the help of a force called epigenesis that provides originality and creative ability. The Rosicrucians teach that these 7 worlds belong to the lowest of 7 cosmic planes, which interpenetrate each other. The Absolute, the source of all existence, gives rise to the Supreme Being, who in turn emanates the 7 great logoi, containing all the hierarchies that differentiate through the cosmic planes. Heindel emphasizes the facticity and rigor of the book's contents, referring to occult scientists and occult science throughout the text. He admits that the work embodies only his understanding of the Rosicrucian teachings and encourages readers to accept or reject its contents according to their own discretion. The first edition of the Rosicrucian Cosmo-Conception was dedicated to Rudolf Steiner, another prominent figure in the occult field, though this dedication was later removed in subsequent editions. The book remains a fundamental text for the Rosicrucian Fellowship's philosophy courses and continues to be a reference work in Christian mysticism and occult study literature. While some may view the concepts presented in the book as unconventional or esoteric, it offers a fascinating perspective on the nature of reality and the journey of the human spirit through the cosmos. In 2003, during a Belgian election, candidate Maria Vindevogel received 4,096 more votes than was mathematically possible based on the voting system. A recount showed that a single bit in the computer's memory had flipped from a 0 to a 1, adding exactly 4,096 votes to Vindevogel's total. This type of error, known as a single event upset, can be caused by high-energy particles called cosmic rays. Cosmic rays, discovered in 1912, are primarily protons and other atomic nuclei originating from exploding stars, black holes, and other cosmic events. When these particles collide with Earth's atmosphere, they create showers of secondary particles that can penetrate electronic devices and cause bits to flip. Computer manufacturers take precautions to minimize the impact of cosmic rays, but these errors still occur. In 1996, IBM estimated that 1-bit flip occurs per month for every 256 megabytes of RAM. Cosmic ray-induced bit flips have been suspected of causing issues like the infamous Toyota unintended acceleration incidents and supercomputer crashes at high-altitude laboratories. In 2008, an Airbus A330 suddenly dropped altitude twice, injuring 119 people, likely caused by a bit flip mislabeling altitude data as angle of attack information. Space missions, like the Mars Perseverance rover, use radiation-hardened electronics to mitigate the risk of cosmic ray-induced failures. Even in the gaming world, a speedrunner of Super Mario 64 experienced a seemingly impossible glitch that allowed Mario to warp to a higher platform, possibly due to a cosmic ray flipping a bit in Mario's height coordinate.
Oh, dude. What the? What the?
Did you get invisible walls?
What?
Please say you got invisible.
No, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen, though.
Countless hours and even cash bounties were placed on incentivizing the community to recreate this glitch. Not surprisingly, no one has been able to successfully replicate this scenario. From elections to space missions and video game glitches, the invisible and unpredictable influence of cosmic rays on our technology is a fascinating reminder of our universe's complex and interconnected nature. As we continue to rely on increasingly sophisticated electronics, understanding and mitigating the effects of these high-energy particles will remain a critical challenge for scientists and engineers alike. A theory of everything, also known as a final theory, ultimate theory, or master theory, is a hypothetical framework in physics that would fully explain and link together all aspects of the universe. It's one of the major unsolved problems in physics, and finding such a theory has been a long-standing goal for many scientists. Over the past few centuries, two theoretical frameworks have been developed that, together, most closely resemble a theory of everything. These are general relativity, which focuses on gravity and large-scale structures like planets and galaxies, and quantum mechanics, which focuses on the other three fundamental forces: strong nuclear, weak nuclear, and electromagnetic, and the behavior of subatomic particles. One of the most prominent candidates for a theory of everything is string theory, which proposes that at the most fundamental level, all particles are composed of tiny, vibrating strings of energy. Different vibration patterns would give rise to different particles and forces. String theory also requires the existence of additional spatial dimensions beyond the three we can perceive. However, string theory has its challenges, including the vast number of possible solutions, the string theory landscape, and the difficulty of making testable predictions. Some critics argue that these issues make string theory more of a philosophical framework than a scientific theory. Other approaches to developing a theory of everything include loop quantum gravity, causal fermion systems, and causal sets. Each of these attempts to address the incompatibility between general relativity and quantum mechanics in different ways. Despite the ongoing efforts of theoretical physicists, a complete and experimentally verified theory of everything remains elusive. Some scientists even question whether such a theory is possible, citing limitations like Gödel's incompleteness theorem or the inherent uncertainty of quantum mechanics. Nevertheless, the quest for a theory of everything continues to inspire and drive research in theoretical physics. Even if a single, all-encompassing theory proves impossible, the pursuit of unification has led to significant advancements in our understanding of the universe and the fundamental forces that govern it. The dream of a theory that could explain every aspect of reality, from the tiniest subatomic particles to the vast expanse of the cosmos, remains one of the most captivating and ambitious goals in all of science. Several prominent figures within the modern era have come forth proclaiming to have discovered new elements within a theory of everything. Terrence Howard, the actor known for his roles in films like Hustle and Flow and Iron Man, has made some fascinating discoveries that he believes could change our understanding of the universe. Howard has spent years studying the flower of life, an ancient geometrical figure consisting of multiple evenly spaced overlapping circles. This symbol, which can be found in various temples and sacred sites around the world, is thought to contain the blueprints of the universe. Many great minds, including Leonardo da Vinci and Pythagoras, have tried to uncover its secrets. Howard claims to have successfully opened up the flower of life and discovered new wave conjugations that expose the spaces between the circles. He believes that these findings could potentially lead to groundbreaking advancements in fields like energy and physics. According to Howard, The universe is made up of motion, expressed in waves, and all waves are curved. He questions the existence of straight lines and platonic solids, which have been the foundation of our understanding of the universe for centuries. Through his research, Howard has apparently defined the entire electric field, plasmic field, and magnetic field, and has even patented his discoveries. He has also developed new technologies, such as transcendental lighting and tangential flight, based on his findings. Howard's work challenges long-held scientific beliefs and suggests that there may be more to the universe than we currently understand. While his ideas are unconventional, they have the potential to inspire new ways of thinking and lead to incredible breakthroughs in various fields. Howard's work challenges long-held scientific beliefs and suggests that there may be more to the universe than we currently understand. While his ideas are unconventional, they have the potential to inspire new ways of thinking and lead to incredible breakthroughs in various fields. Terence has gone so far as to claim that math has been incorrect, and 1 multiplied by 1 actually equals 2. He has even developed a self-proclaimed, quote, language of logic that's been dubbed Terreology. He's also worked alongside others to create monumental new concepts known as linchpins, using an alternative form of the periodic table of elements. Shiren Bumaza, also known as Athene, is a renowned gamer and entertainer who has made a foray into the fields of quantum mechanics, relativity, and neuroscience in an attempt to find the meaning of life. In his documentary, Athene's Theory of Everything, he presents evidence of correlations between these highly specialized and mutually relevant research areas, gaining a perspective that defies conventional thinking.
This formula shows how all matter has a wave-particle duality, meaning that there are moments in which it behaves as a wave, and others where it behaves as a particle. The formula combines Einstein's famous E=mc² equation with the quantized nature of energy.
Athene's insights and explanations resolve some of the most perplexing problems in physics, cognition, and conscious awareness, with both practical and philosophical implications. His research encompasses a wide range of subjects related to reality, quantum mechanics, neuroscience, and human psychology, while avoiding esoteric correlations and pseudoscientific claims. Athene challenges traditional thinking about reality, reason, and the meaning of life, providing proof of the importance of acknowledging the interconnectedness of everything, and looking at evidence for mutual relevance to resolve mysteries and answer uncertainties in scientific research. Thoughtography, also known as projected thermography, psychic photography, nengraphy, or nensha, is the claimed ability to burn images from one's mind onto surfaces like photographic film using parapsychic means. The term has been in use since 1913, although the concept first emerged in the late 19th century, influenced by the popularity of spirit photography. One of the first books to mention psychic photograph was Arthur Brunel Chatwood's The New Photography in 1896, which described experiments attempting to produce photographs by looking at sensitive plates. However, the book was criticized in a review published in the scientific journal Nature. Many early 20th century researchers, such as Hereward Carrington, acknowledged that while some psychic photographs were fraudulent, produced through various tricks and manipulations, they believed others to be genuine. The term thoughtography was introduced by Tomokichi Fukurai, a Japanese psychology professor who conducted experiments with subjects allegedly capable of telepathically imprinting images on photoplates. Fukurai's work, published in his 1913 book Clairvoyance and Thoughtography, was heavily criticized for its lack of scientific rigor, leading to his resignation from the university. Other notable figures in the history of thoughtography include Eva Carriere, a medium whose ectoplasm materializations were claimed to be the result of ideoplasty, and Ted Serios, a Chicago bellhop who supposedly used psychokinetic powers to produce images on Polaroid film in the 1960s. However, in both cases, skeptics and professional photographers found evidence of trickery and sleight of hand. Similarly, Japanese psychic Masuaki Kyoda, who claimed to possess psychokinetic powers, was unable to produce results under tight controls and later confessed to fraud in a 1984 television interview. Even well-known psychics like Uri Geller have been accused of using simple tricks to create the illusion of thoughtography, such as using handheld optical devices or pre-exposed film. Despite the persistent claims of thoughtography's existence, skeptics maintain that all alleged examples can be explained by various forms of deception or flaws in the photographic process. The history of thoughtography serves as a fascinating case study in the intersection of belief, deception, and the scientific investigation of claimed paranormal phenomena. The Time Cube was a personal web page created in 1997 by Otis Eugene Jean Ray, who proclaimed himself the wisest man on Earth. On this site, Ray presented his self-described theory of everything, which he also referred to as the Time Cube. According to Ray's theory, modern science is engaged in a global conspiracy to teach falsehoods by ignoring his alleged truth that each day consists of 4 simultaneous days. He used a variety of self-invented jargon throughout the site, often without providing clear definitions. Ray's model of reality asserts that when the sun shines on the Earth, it creates 4 distinct time points: midday, midnight, sunup, and sundown. He claimed that during a single rotation of the Earth, each of these time points rotates through the others, resulting in 16 corners, 96 hours, and 4 simultaneous 24-hour days. Alongside these claims, Ray described himself as a godlike being with superior intelligence, who possessed absolute evidence and proof for his views. He repeatedly asserted that the academic world had not taken his theory seriously and offered monetary rewards to anyone who could disprove his ideas. The Time Cube website gained notoriety online, with some considering it the #1 nutty site.
From Atlanta, here to explain the Time Cube, its discoverer and champion, and the self-proclaimed wisest man who ever lived, Gene Ray. So, Gene, you say that I'm stupid because I believe that when the Earth rotates once, there is only one 24-hour day, but your Time Cube principle disputes this, no?
Right, it has 4 corners. When it shines at midday, it simultaneously creates a midnight. Where the 2 majors join, it creates the 2 minors of sunup and sundown. And each quadrant of Earth rotates to its own separate 24-hour days.
Ray spoke about his theory at various academic institutions, including the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and the Georgia Institute of Technology, where he criticized the instruction provided by academics. In 2005, filmmaker Brett Hanover created a short documentary titled Above God about Ray and the Time Cube, which won awards at several independent film festivals. Despite the attention, Ray maintained that his position as an internet celebrity was not something he desired, but rather a necessary burden to promote his theory. The Time Cube website, with its unconventional layout, writing style, and content, remains a curious example of an individual's attempt to challenge mainstream scientific thought through the medium of a personal web page.